I'm a real YouTuber. I have 4 videos. Hi everybody. Well, let me wait. Okay. Oh, nervous. Oh, okay. Hi everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Simulation. This is that girl Connor, and today we're going across the ocean. But first, I hope everybody had a healthy, happy, and safe holidays, and they were able to do what they could this year to feel close to family and friends without putting anybody in danger or at risk. I'll be excited. This will probably definitely be my last video of 2020. At the very least, it's recording right now. It's still 2020. I'm just vamping until my computer turns on. This is like, this is my dad's sweater. He's had it for many years. It's held together here with, what are they called? Safety pins. Safety pins hold it together here, but I've always really loved it. It's pretty warm sweater. I think it's always cute, and so I do like it. So I thought I would wear it today for today's video. Got my hair in a little scrunchie. So we'll see. So today's mug is this cute mug that Aaron got me when we first started dating from the Lotte. And it has it comes with a little loose leaf tea strainer in it, and a little lid, a little hat. It's my favorite one. It's very small though, so I tend to have coffee in it because I can't drink too much coffee because my anxiety goes insane. And Aaron and I actually both just tend to have coffee on the weekends unless we get like iced coffee from Dunkin'. But we make coffee here, and our secret is we put a little cinnamon in it because I love cinnamon. I love cinnamon in the coffee. So that's how we do it here in Shea, That Girl Connor. Like I said, we are going to go to England, or we're going to go across the pond at the very least, to talk about a new MLM called Beauty Bombshell. So Beauty Bombshell is like sort of new. It seems like they're still in their pre-launch phase, and I highly recommend you watch videos by Miss Supline. She's a British or like a UK based anti-MLM creator. I found her videos yesterday and they were pretty informative, and we got to support people in the community, and she's really nice. Got some good information from her, but there's a what? Well then come up. Oh my gosh, the drama. There's a couple main reasons I actually really want to talk about this brand, and most of them have to do kind of maybe like with a little bit with my Empower Women Don't Empower MLMs video, which will be linked right over here, because this woman, there's a woman actual CEO of this company. Oh, she's here. She's here. Off the table. My cat runs my life. True life. I wanted to do this video because I think it's really interesting how the UK and like Europe handles MLMs versus the US, and also they do some shady things that I think it's worth talking about. So let's get started. She's gonna walk across my lap. I'm just like waiting for it. So I came across this woman who posted this TikTok, and I think it's kind of funny, and it's just such a funny thing that these people are so fucking bitter. Oh. For that is uneducated people's opinions don't matter, which is just funny because this is what I wanted to make my like next video on. It's gonna take a lot of research to do it, but it's like the shameless promotion of anti-intellectualism in MLMs, which allows them to feed back into the bite model and their information control. And I know that sounds like a conspiracy theory, but you'll just have to wait around for that video, I guess. I just think it's so funny because it's like the people that are educated are the people telling you that it's a pyramid scheme. What the hell are you even talking about? And so I was interested in this girl, and I went to go see what MLM she was a part of, and I clicked the link, and lo and behold, it's called Business Bombshells, which I had never heard of before. And then I like looked at her Instagram a little bit more, and I realized they're in what they're calling the pre-launch stage, which got me thinking to Savannah Marie's videos from over the summer about the diamond paintings, and seemingly that just has kind of stopped. And I wondered if enough people started talking about this company, they could maybe be stopped before they really hurt too many people, because it's hard to remember this, but the people they rope into these things are absolutely people who are victims to something. Not the woman and founder of these things, though. The people high up, you have to have a little like less sympathy for, because this woman is designing this. So the woman who started this company is named Sophia Hughes, and she was part of Juice Plus, which I had actually never heard of before. And I went and looked it up, and the reason I was like, oh, that's so interesting, and I found this information out from Ms. Suplin's video, is that like Juice Plus was kind of like a big one who posted that like uneducated people's opinions don't matter, has this whole video about how she knows she's in the right MLM, because the MLM, the company, like the CEO of her company is a woman, and just by being a woman, she is better than other CEOs. And again, I find it really interesting because these people talk about how they own their own business, they own all that stuff. I really hope I didn't mess that up. They'll talk about how you're like your own business owner, you're an entrepreneur, right? Never forget that. But they recognize that other people are the CEOs of their company. So it's just such a weird mental gymnastics that they're doing, or like cognitive dissonance that's happening, that I just found kind of interesting. So I went to this girl's Instagram to go to her blog, and I thought we could read some of her blog, and then we could apply to be an influencer. That's like a big thing that these people are promoting now, and this is not just Business Bombshells. It's like a lot of them, they talk about like applying to be an influencer. That's a big like Monat thing too, where it's like you're applying to be an influencer. So this is her thing, like this is her blog, I guess, become a beauty bombshell, or I guess it's called Business Bombshells. I am professional, clearly. So what this one does really is they sell skincare products, and they talk about how their skincare is non-toxic, packaged and marketed with an IG tribe in mind, and business model best suit for social media. Our ambassador program was built specially for modern day babe looking to refer incredible products, share, swipe up on the link, or build a side hustle people around. So first of all, a couple things here. I love how MLMs have really taken the term like ambassador program and taken it to mean something completely different. Remember, you're not just telling somebody you liked something and getting a small commission. That's like, I'm trying to think, that's like when people have affiliate codes. Their entire life's income isn't on that, and they're getting a small percentage, and they're not super like invested, like they haven't paid money into it. A company will probably reach out to somebody who has followers, and it depends, it's different for every company, and then they'll say, we'll give you a link. If people order through this link, you get a small, and it's usually like a pretty small commission, and that's it. It doesn't take up time. You don't have to do all this mindset training. You don't have a girl gang. You don't have to like give a fuck about whatever the hell Gary Vee and Tony Robinson are saying. It's like, it's very low key, I would say. These things are not ambassador programs, and the major difference for them is that you are recruiting people to also be in the program with you, and you make money off the amount of people that you recruit, and you've had to pay money into this. So I want to go over this too, because I want to talk about like the terms and conditions you sign on to. So let's just keep reading her little blog. A bombshell ambassador, we share beauty by BB mission on our social media. We help women achieve their healthiest glowing skin using non-toxic, cruelty-free vegan products. I was able to get the ingredients list from the 5 products that they sell, and I'm not a skincare like guru, nor am I like a certified dermatologist, but I will post the ingredients up. One thing that I did notice that I thought was a little odd is that all of their products have essential oils in them, which this isn't like an anti-essential oils, but I know a lot of like skincare products try not to put fragrance in their products because it can be so irritating to so many different skin types, especially as like skincare. And we're seeing a lot of like clean beauty kind of like greenwashing here, I guess would be the term to use. We also have the option to build our own team of ambassadors who we mentor to help promotions. In return, we receive mentor bonuses. You get a community like no other where women feel safe and supported. It's also so funny too because it's like, what do you get from this like super deep, great community? And it's like, we are one big family that looks after each other and love to have fun. Champagne, laughs, dancing, and virtual catch-ups are our thing. And it's weird because that's such like not... Like, I was in a sorority in college, and one of the big things to do during recruitment season and when I was recruitment chair is like, you don't want to sell yourself too vague, especially once you get it down to a very small college. I'll do like an episode on it, but like, you don't want to sell yourself down. You don't want to be too vague about stuff, right? You want to be kind of specific. And I think something that reads as kind of hollow is like champagne, laughs, dancing, and virtual catch-ups. That's like not the things that I love the most about my good friends that are like always there and support me. I can go to them sobbing. I can go to them with hard decisions. I know that they will tell me something that's hard. They watch like all my YouTube videos and I'm like, tell me really good feedback. Like if it's great, good, or if you think the audio is weird or you think I'm out of focus or you're not interested in the content, what can I do? Like, I need these people to be like real with me, not this like shell of a like, oh my God, we have so much fun together. Like, friendships aren't all about fun. I mean, that, not to sound like a stick in the mud, to me that reads kind of hollow. It's like what you think of on the outside. It's like what you're portraying just to social media and not what you are actually getting at. So NWM versus social selling, which is network marketing versus social selling. Network marketing versus social selling. Social selling is not network marketing. How is it different, you may ask? Great question. Let's explain. Whilst BB takes elements from network marketing, direct sales, and MLM, we believe that the industry is outdated and ready to be disrupted. We do not have an upfront sign-up packs, 0 monthly minimum sales requirements to earn commission, no auto ship requirements, no whiteboards, force structure requirements, or economic degrees needed to understand how you get paid. We are influencer driven, built for babes wanting to make money on social media with an adaptive business model and product range you would be proud to share. Being influencer driven means BBHQ pay generous personal commissions. They've created stunning visual and social graphics for the team and built a simple rewards plan that is tailored for your personal dreams, goals, and ambitions, which rewards heavily. BB is also free to join. That's right. Anyone can start their own business with Bombshells. We want to give everyone a chance to earn an income online. Start today, earn tomorrow. Then they talk about their products. Who should join Bombshells? The definition of being Bombshell is different to everyone. Let me give you a glimpse into the ambassadors who have joined us. A mixture of students and women who work full-time that wanted a side income, women with big goals and ambitions that couldn't be fulfilled in their 9-to-5, so quit to be their own boss, women who want to work on the road while traveling the world, women lacking community and wanting to make some extra money, and my personal favorite, mums, mothers who want flexibility to work around their loved ones and miss a moment, and not miss a moment. Which is hilarious because those are the exact same type of people who sign up for network marketing and MLMs because they're sold something that like they can't get. But okay, show me the money. I can hear your innie Jerry Maguire screaming right now, so let's talk. First of all, yes, you can absolutely earn money in this business and not just a little. Well, a lot. 5-figure monthly paychecks drop frequently at BBHQ and it's continuing to grow. But I'm not going to talk too much about the big money. If you want to know more, have a look at my post below. I want to talk about everyday money. Considering BB is free to join, it blows my mind. We pay out thousands and thousands every Friday. We have women earning $500 to $2,000 every month during their BB side hustle and women earning more who do this full time. Let me give you some insight on what we're looking at when you become a Bombshell. $60,000 in success bonuses, 20% base personal commissions, up to 30% personal commissions, up to 28% team commissions, 5% $500 per month treat yourself bonus, $500 per month for consistency, $12,000 mentor bonus monthly, unlimited, $1,000 customer bonus, global turnover percent, weekly and monthly pay. The earning opportunity is limitless. Again, that's not actually information. That just means that somebody is earning that, and it's probably her because she's like a founding partner in this, and so she will always be high up, just like Sophia Hughes. So, cell phone support, become a founding member. It's crazy the amount of success we built in just a few short months, and to think we're still in pre-launch. Ever looked at an online company and wish you were there at the start? Those people up on stage who got it all when it began and created huge success, let me tell you that opportunity does not come along often. In fact, some people are lucky to see it in a lifetime. I'm here giving you the opportunity of a lifetime to come up with this at the start. Come join the fun. Come create some magic. I am a big believer in getting signs from the universe, and if you're still reading, this is yours. Believer. And then it says join us, but this post is unavailable. And I know when I saw this, I was pretty intrigued. I was like, I've never heard of this company before, and I still had not yet realized that this was in Wales and like UK and stuff. What I actually did from this was I was like, okay, I want to see how far I can get, because I've never actually signed up like just to get some more information, and I went to the website because I wanted to see what they were selling and what they had. And you do the apply. I got to this page and you can see there's an ambassador agreement, and I was like, I want to know what the hell that says. So this is when I figured out that you had to be in like Wales or UK, because I started to type in like my address, and it was like you could only pick select countries. So we have the ambassador agreement here. And this is going to take a while, but I want to go through it line by line because I think it's really, really important to understand what you are agreeing to when you're doing this. And this is when I want to talk about what's going on in Europe. So I found European case law about this particularly dense, but I have linked the 2 articles that address specifically like MLMs, network marketing, pyramid schemes. So the governing body for Europe and European countries is the EU. Now I know with Brexit that makes things a little different, but again, I found this stuff particularly dense, so bear with me. But the FTC equivalent in Europe is the Competition and Commissions, and they really attack these companies kind of as consumer awareness. As a lot of people know, I think a lot of people will talk about the things that are allowed to be in products in the US versus in Europe, and there's a lot more that aren't allowed in Europe. Now sometimes it's funny because people will like quote them in their products that you wouldn't like necessarily even use in skincare, but it's okay. Like numbers don't always mean anything, but Europe does seem to have stricter guidelines on what consumers can be offered, and they provide companies or make companies be more transparent, which is something great for consumers. And so they really attack these companies kind of as like false marketing, which is interesting because it doesn't do a ton for you once you're in the company, but it makes it a lot stricter for those companies to even start up and join and be a part of, which is why a lot of MLMs really seem to thrive not in Europe. It took me a minute to find the ambassador agreement. I have my notes on it, but I wanted to be able to go through it line by line with you guys just so you could see the kinds of things we're signing up for. Now this is interesting because this is me applying, but they had me give them some deeper personal information, which is fine because I'm not going to actually do anything. But this is the ambassador agreement, and so I think it's really important to go over this because I don't think people realize what they're agreeing to. So the first thing that you have to do is confirm that you are 18, which they all are like that. I agree that as an independent ambassador, I am responsible for my own activity, that I am not an employee, partner, franchisee, or legal representative of Business Bombshells. I understand and agree that I will not receive any employee business benefits or rights to Business Bombshells, which I think is really perfect for these people that act as if they are like CEOs or this is their business. You are in no way actually associated with this. You are an independent contractor for these companies, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with being an independent contractor, but those people don't say that they own whatever company they worked for, right? Or worked with, right? I worked at a local winery and I still work with them, but when I worked there, I did a 1099. I was an independent contractor for the company, so I got paid for my time, but I was not considered an employee. I didn't get any benefits. I mean, it's a small business, right? That makes sense, but I have like no legal rights to owning the business. Okay. I agree that I'm responsible for the payment of all income taxes, any other taxes, business expenses, and any other associated costs with being an ambassador, which is them saying that, one, you have to file your own taxes, that's on you, and any additional costs you spend on this company to be an ambassador is on you. We don't cover it. We don't pay for any training. We don't pay for anything that you have to do. That's on you. I agree that I have read this. And I have read the rewards plan and social media guide. It's so funny, it's not done right. So it says rewards plan and social media ghoul fully. So I'm assuming it means guide fully. And I understand and fully the agreement which I'm entering into. I agree to abide by all terms, covenants, and agreements, and understand that from time to time Business Bombshell might change these agreements and agree to abide by any current versions, which is interesting because I haven't found those. So when you apply, you're clicking, yes, I've seen that, but I have not found the rewards plan or social media guide easy to find. We might do a little bit of searching, hopefully not on video. I understand and agree that all success is down to myself, my passion, drive, skills, and determination. Any materials, literature, social media, content, videos, or any other promotional materials are for illustrative purposes and do not represent or guarantee an income of success. Or no, do not represent or guarantee income or success. Again, this is like, it's weird because it both is saying like that's fully on you and you getting successful, that was because of you, but all these people are trying to do programs where they're saying by me mentoring you, you will also be successful, which is like really not true, and you're kind of agreeing to that. I accept and understand that if I fail to comply with this agreement, including policies and procedure and the social media guide, then I will be subject to sanctions up to and including a forfeit of commissions and termination of my agreement. Which is also interesting too, because it's not just saying you'll be terminated, it's saying that like theoretically any commissions you made from breaking that social media guide or policy and procedure could be forfeited, which I think is interesting. I understand that I can terminate my agreement by emailing legal@bombshellbeans.com. bombshellbeans.shop. The term of agreement is for 1 year. I understand that if I have been inactive for longer than 6 months, then I may be removed from the ambassador program at the discretion of the company, and I understand inactive is class as I have made no personal sales in any given month. The agreement will automatically renew upon any sales made after 1 year, which is interesting because from that blog post, I thought there was like no monthly minimums. So there is, I mean, it's seemingly one sale a month, but we talked about it. It's hard to convince people to buy stuff, and you can't buy stuff for yourself and count it as a sale. They talk about it later in this, but that's our first lie, essentially, right? A misrepresentation of how this is being marketed. There is a minimum. It's one sale a month, but that's still a minimum. I agree that I am rewarded on sales commission for sales made as an independent business bombshell ambassador, that I shall put my primary focus on referring customers to the company. Which I understand that no commission will be paid for simply referring another person to the business bombshell ambassador program. I also understand that I am prohibited from making claims that any remuneration is payable for anything other than helping customers purchase products, and they're getting around that because the big thing in a pyramid scheme or an MLM or anything is that you make more money recruiting people, and they're telling you that you should be referring customers. I agree that I am rewarded a sales commission for sales made as an independent BB ambassador, and I shall put my primary focus on referring customers to the company. I understand that no commission will be paid for simply referring another person to the program. I also understand that I am prohibited from making claims that any payment or compensation received for services is payable for anything other than helping customers to purchase products. It's like a lot of jargon. I thought we didn't need an economics degree to understand this. Oh my God. I think what they're saying is that I am not going to sell the part of owning your own business. And I understand that you don't just make money for referring people to the program, which I think is interesting though, because referring doesn't mean that they didn't sign up. Just because you referred somebody to the program doesn't mean you would make money, but potentially if they accept it, because don't forget you have to apply. And while I think in the most case, most people who apply get it because that's how these companies work, it is a little bit like, oh, maybe they weed out some people that they, like if I actually applied, I'm not from the UK, so I wouldn't make it. And then if they did like any research about me at all, not that I'm like the first person who comes up on YouTube, but they would see that like, oh, this person isn't real. So like maybe they're saying that just because you refer people to sign up doesn't mean you would make money. It's not until they actually sign up that you would make bonuses off them. Again, I'm not a lawyer, and so this I guess is all like allegedly, but again, it's kind of hard to understand. And how many people actually would sit here and read this, right? It does sound like weird though, where it's like, I agree that my primary focus is referring customers to the company. And it's like, I understand that commissions will not be made by simply referring people to the program. I understand that there is no reason for me to purchase inventory, and I understand that I am prohibited from buying commercially unreasonable amounts of products or from purchasing products. Again, this is wrong. It says or from purchasing, but it should say or from purchasing products to solely achieve position or qualify for a bonus. And again, I make mistakes. In my last video, I hashtagged the wrong thing. Like I typed too fast and I like spelled anti-MLM wrong. But like, this is not a legal binding document. That's a hashtag. Like, come on, this is a legal binding document. And I've seen like 3 typos already, and it's like, who's proofreading these things? A binding legal document. Come on. You need to make 1 sale a month. There's no reason for you to purchase inventory, so you don't need to keep it on hand. And you can't buy unreasonable amounts to like go up for a bonus or like go up in ranks, which is what people talk about. They call it like bonus buying, which is a way that you can buy stuff to bump up your rank, which is pretty prevalent in these companies because there's such a high stress amount of like, you have to meet a certain rank, especially after you like get a car or whatever. You have to keep making a certain amount of money and keep a rank for you to get the payment that they give you to pay towards the car. Again, you're not making the car, the car's in your name and all that stuff. And so you want to stay at that level, because if not, then you're not going to get that money that you need to pay for the luxury car, right? Okay. This is the thing that makes me, I agree to paying the monthly VIP membership fee directly from any commissions I earn each month. I understand that if I do not earn any commissions, then I am not liable for any fee. So this is interesting. Okay, so you can be inactive and you're not making any money, so you don't have to pay that fee, which is good. That's like nice, I guess. But to stay active, you have to be making sales, which they said there were no monthly minimums. And in order to do and earn your commissions, right, you have to pay your monthly membership fee. I thought you didn't have to pay anything. Yeah, you don't have to pay anything to start, but then there's a fee that they take out. And again, if you don't make any commissions, then you wouldn't have to pay for that fee, but that considers you inactive for 1 month. So if you're inactive for 6 months, and it doesn't say consecutive months, so it could be any 6 months. Seemingly, it's not outlined in this. They could revoke your contract, right? Okay. I agree that Bombshell Investments liability to me shall not, under any circumstances, for any damage or loss of any kind, including indirect, special, punitive, compensatory, or consequential damages, losses, or loss of profits, which may result from any cause, including, but not limited to, breach of warranty, delay, act, error of omission of Bombshell's investments, or cancellation of Bombshell investment ambassador business exceeded an amount equal to the remuneration paid by me by Bombshell businesses in the last 12 months prior to such liability arising. The provision does not exclude or limit any liability which may not be lawfully excluded or restricted. Again, that's like a lot of words and it's kind of confusing, but what I get from it, I understand that by being in this program, I have limited authority to promote the BB products, which is interesting because it's like, yes, I agree that you are giving me permission to promote products that I bought from you. Because like, I didn't have to sign that when I bought this cup, or when I bought this mic, or when I got this laptop, or when I got my phone, or when I got my camera. I just had to buy it, and I can say whatever the hell I want about it. Isn't that crazy? Okay, this one's gonna be long. I agree to operate in a lawful, ethical, and moral manner and will not engage in perform any misleading or unethical practices in operating as an independent ambassador. In the event that I violate any of these conditions, this agreement may be terminated by the Business Bombshells without further payment or compensation of any kind. Well, that girl already kind of lied. She implied that there was no monthly fee and there's no minimums. And she said there was no sign-up fee, which is technically true, but once you start making commissions, you have to pay a VIP membership fee. So it's not free. She might be covered by that law, like the saying that, yeah, she said there was no startup fee, which is true. I acknowledge the Bombshell investment expressly reversed all proprietary rights to the Business Bombshell names, logo, trademark, blah, blah, blah. That Bombshell Investments has provided me with a non-exclusive license during the term of agreement to use Business Bombshell's proprietary marks and copyrights in conjunction with marketing program provided to me. I further agree that I will not use the BB proprietary marks and copyrights in any form whatsoever except permitted in writing by Business Bombshells. Again, I do not own the rights to these products or this marketing or anything. I am paying for the right, and I can use it as you have expressed. I can use it. That's why, like, Herbalife cafes, they can't have any of the marketing outside that say, like, Herbalife. I understand that as an independent ambassador, I am free to select my own means, methods, and manner of operation. I am free to choose the hours and location of my activities. Yeah, I agree to identify and hold harmless bombshell investments from any and all claims, losses, damages, expenses, including legal fees arising out of my actions or conduct in violation of this agreement, including Bombshell's investment rewards plan. I agree to in order to recoup any damages and expenses I incurred due to such violations, Bombshell Investments may offset my commission and other payments due to me. Which, again, they're really making this very clear that you are an independent ambassador and they are not responsible for you. If you make misleading claims, you will be cut off. If you cause any damage because of your misleading claims, you are gone. And it's very interesting to me that they do it that way, because it's letting the company kind of be like, oh no, like, we're hands-free, when, like, obviously people are not getting fully trained on what is a misleading claim. Obviously they're not getting, like, the business training that you would need to be able to, like, kind of talk around certain things without promising something, which is definitely a skill business people have, because it's a way of leaving stuff vague. These people will make promises, right? And that's just like MLMs across the board. Now, this is the one that I think is the most interesting, and there's 5 more after this, and it's just about authorization that you can, like, email me, that we have a privacy policy. But it says, I understand that Business Bombshell markets itself as a social selling company. I understand that I am prohibited from advertising or promoting Business Bombshells as network marketing, direct sales, or an MLM company. I agree that Business Bombshell is not an MLM or variant company, which I find so interesting. Because one of them is an agreement to, yes, I will only ever call it social selling. Another one is saying that I agree that it is not an MLM. But from what it sounds like, it fucking is. And I haven't seen anything that doesn't prove that. And when she said the difference between network marketing and social selling, the answers were literally the same, except for potentially they have a different idea about, like, cold messaging, which doesn't make you different, right? I understand. But it's just like, it's like, what are you agreeing to? Are you saying that you understand that it's very similar, but you will not call it that? Or are you saying, I don't think that it is one of these? Which, again, 2 different things that mean very different outcomes. And I haven't seen a compensation plan, but, like, I don't know. I think it is an MLM. And, at the very least, they're marketing themselves incredibly similar with very small differences. When people know this agreement is deemed void or unenforceable for any reason, the provision may be severed and the rest of the agreement shall remain intact. This agreement will be governed and interpreted according to English and Welsh law. All disputes and claims arising under the agreement, including non-contractual disputes or claims, will be subject to an exclusion jurisdiction from English and Welsh courts. So, again, some of the stuff is, like, pretty basic, and some of the stuff to me is, like, very, like, holy fuck. Like, what are you agreeing to? And that's why they probably I just don't think they expect people to read this. I mean, some of the ones that we saw were like pretty deep down, the one about like the VIP fee and all that stuff. So hey everybody, I want to apologize for the like aggressive change of outfit and everything. I filmed that video and there were some things that I just feel like I didn't articulate very well, and so in editing I wanted to come back and re-explain some things and take the time to like actually make the video the way I wanted it to. But I didn't want to refilm the first part of it because I thought the cat was really cute, honestly. And I was like, oh, but it's so cute. And so I just thought it would be a video that we filmed over 2 days. And I know I look kind of like aggressively different, but you take what you can get, you know? So we were talking about Business Bombshells, and we were just about to start talking about their CEO, Sophia Hughes, who is a woman, which is good. I mean, that's like the whole point, is that all these people are like, this is a company by women for women. And I was kind of trying to make the point that, again, that we talked about in my other like Empower Women Not MLMs video, which if anybody wants to watch it, it is my like least, well, it's like my least performing video. And not that I have like 1 million followers or anything, but most of my videos are around like 60 views, and that one only has, right as of right now, like 25. And so I'm really proud of that video. So if you want to go watch it after this video, I would really appreciate it. And for those of you who don't know, she was a kind of big time earner in Juice Plus, which is an MLM we'll talk about in a moment. And she left to start Business Bombshells, and she has a whole highlight on her Instagram that's just called CEO, which I just think is kind of funny. And I just want to kind of exemplify, just listen to this. It's a piece that she wrote. I think she does have the qualities that draw people in, just kind of like a really good, like charismatic character, right? Like a charismatic leader, which is how you get people roped into cults. She speaks really eloquently, but when you listen to what she's actually saying, it's really in the same vein of like Gary Vee and these like surface level motivational things that don't mean anything. So let's listen. I hate that I have to listen to this again, but
it's easy to talk about taking action. It's easy to talk about doing what's best for your people. It's easy to say you have their best interests at heart. It's easy to talk. Yet when faced with the fire, do you rise above it and encourage hope? Or do you move from scarcity and incite fear? Do you celebrate people for following their dreams? Do you focus on serving at a higher level? It's easy to talk. It's easy to criticize, yet it's not the critic who counts. It's the babe daring greatly, the babe who knows she's capable of smashing glass ceilings, the babe who dares to grow, dares to be more, dares to serve more, dares to leap into the unknown and lead with love. Yet it's still so easy to talk. It's easy to plant seeds of doubt, to shame, to blame. It's easy to talk about caring. It's easy to preach about community. Yet what matters is how you treat someone who chooses to leave your vision in pursuit of their own. Let me tell you, in the arena, we move from abundance. And I know this because I'm out here in the wilderness, daring greatly, and it is a fucking thrill. It is not, and nor has it ever been, the critic who counts.
okay. So in the similar vein of these kind of, hey, like nobody else's opinion matters, like do what's best for you. A lot of them have been doing this kind of like that, like TikTok sounds, so it's like a rubber band and they're like, it's like blah blah blah, it's like, do they fucking pay your paycheck? And it's like, no, but neither does your pyramid scheme, so I don't know. But what I think is important to notice here is that, like I said, she has a good speaking voice. I think she's charismatic enough on these lives or these like Instagram streams. The cat is back, so maybe I could have just refilmed the whole thing. Please don't mess with the mic though. It's just so surface level, and it's also frustrating because it's like, what does that even mean? It's like, we strive from the hill of abundance. It's just this like circular, grandiose talk that doesn't really mean anything. And I also want to say this. I think so many of these people go, you're a hater if you don't like it. You're a hater, you don't like it, you're a critic. And the thing is yes, there are people who are overly critical. There are people who use honesty to hide like their maliciousness. But I mentioned earlier, like, the thing that I love about my friends, the things I know that they can be honest with me and talk to me because they know me, they know like my personality, they know what I'm interested in, they know my past struggles in life, they know all that stuff, and they can be honest with me and tell me, hey, I think that this is a bad idea, and I can trust that they have my best interests at heart. Not some random woman starting a new MLM, not any of these things. And yes, there are people in this world who maybe want to hold you back, but your friend shouldn't be that way. It's just like hollow, like nobody should ever critique you, and they're just jealous. Like anybody who ever critiques you is jealous and their opinion doesn't matter. And it's like, well, that's not really an effective narrative to spin, because sometimes people's criticism matters and it's helpful and it helps shape the way that we're looking at things, and people can offer a different perspective. I've always been the friend, and this is how I've always felt it, is like I would rather somebody tell me something than like not tell me something. Like it's always like a, you know, this isn't like, I don't think you should dye your hair ever. It's like, do I think that you should put money into and invest in being in a multi-level marketing, social marketing is a social selling scheme? It's like not really that great, and I worry about it. So this is her next video that I want to talk about, because it's going to talk about Juice Plus. And I also just wanted to get everybody to see the example of kind of leadership. And again, it's this, I don't know what to call it. It's this very, again, surface level, but it's this weird, like, we are empowering people by being women and dyeing our hair pink. She has like a whole feed on her thing that's like pink power. And it's like, how can you sit here and say that you are empowering other women when you are actively starting a company in the same model of companies that have continuously victimized like women since their precipice, right? They target women, they go after women, they sell specifically to women in like more vulnerable positions, or women that are more, I don't want to say vulnerable, but more like lacking some community. So like new moms, single moms, army wives, like these people that, you know, this sounds perfect. You're selling them something that is like, oh my God, that would be so great for me and like what I need in my life. They model themselves like that. They go off like that. They use things like mom shaming and all that stuff to draw more people in. And she's starting a company that's doing that. So clearly this woman has some level of money. She has the ability to affect active, helpful change, to start a company that really could empower women, to start a charity that really could empower women. And instead she's here starting a social selling network of shitty skincare. Well, of skincare, just skincare, and talking about champagne flutes and dancing and living from abundance and toxic positivity, and she's gonna sell it as empowering women because it's pink power. But she truly has the ability to do something better with her time, with her money, with her privilege, and she chose the path that continues to disenfranchise people. And I think that's the thing that I did not explain well when I initially recorded it, and that's why it makes me so mad. Sometimes people, I think, are just like, well, why can't you just let people do what they want? And it's like, these people are nefarious in their practices. Again, we have to remember that people who get into these things are typically victims of something. But when you're high up like this, you are actively doing something that you know is only money for you and will hurt and ruin a lot of people's lives. And if you don't believe me, just go on r/antimlm and read the stories of people's marriages falling apart, relationships falling apart. Read the stories of people who got into like Primerica and were working it for a while and then left because they moved or something, and then realized like none of that experience counts even though they were doing something. Realize that people have put time and money and effort. Watch the Vice documentary about those LuLaRoe women who lost like everything. Watch it, because it's not one person who didn't succeed. It's not two people who didn't try hard enough. It is thousands and probably millions of women who were tricked into something because they were told they could do it just in pockets of time at the beach in Maui on all these free trips, and then they get in and they're told they have to basically sell their soul to something that they're like confused about, and if they don't do it, they're failures, and all their friends that they thought they made are gone because they only care if you're in the company, because you are, do not forget, dollar signs to these people. And you've now ostracized your family and your friends and the people who care about you because you were so aggressive in this, like, you don't support my dreams bullshit. People's lives really are ruined from these things, and that's why I don't think it's worth it just to be silent about it. You should speak up about it. And there's information, there's studies, there's all these things that are like objective truths, and they just ignore them because you're a critic, because you're a hater. And this woman started this company and is already starting that mindset. So I just think it's worth talking about, and it's worth like specifically calling this out, because she's branding social activism specifically like for women. Also, I will say, like, it's something that is really popular right now to market her company in a way that makes it feel good, right? It's like essentially, like, I don't know what to call it, because like when companies do it, it's like greenwashing or whitewashing. It's almost like, it's like woke washing something, right? And I don't want to take it away from any, like, it makes me so furious, because clearly this woman had the revenue and she has the leadership skills on some level and the capital and the business idea to start something that wouldn't have been this, right? So I just want to talk about Juice Plus momentarily, because that was the company she came from. So let's watch this.
I'm not. It was my time to go. Like, amazing chapter, amazing 6 years, but it was my time to go. I was so ready. And the community that we're building with Bombshells is just next level.
I don't know what she like didn't really answer the question, but she was in Juice Plus for 6 years, and it seems like she was a pretty well-known person in Juice Plus. A lot of people I saw that were talking about this company online were like, oh yeah, I remember that woman, she used to sell me Juice Plus. And I just want to show you this, where it's like, reality check, if you're sacrificing your happiness, is it really success? Which I'm gonna talk about that. Like, that is true to some level, but I think to be able to put your like happiness over top something that's like financially supporting you is really a privilege that a lot of people don't always have. And it's something that takes you know, if you're drained from your job all the time, but if you don't work and you can't save any money because you're living basically like paycheck to paycheck with maybe some money left over or no money left over, and you have student debt and you have rent and you have all this stuff, and it's like a cycle that you cannot break. It, on some level, it's like, well, it doesn't really matter if I'm happy because I can't support myself doing anything else, and I can't even like get ahead enough to save anything. And it's like, it's such a privilege, I just think, to say that and to like act like it's so easy, just like quit it and live your dream, travel the world, as Kudiko like would say, like blue fucking water, right? Like, that's not everybody has that freedom, and it's because of like long-term cycles that we like push upon people, and also because we're constantly telling people that one day they can be millionaires in capitalism, but they can't billionaires, right? It's not possible. And then on this, she has this thing that says, the reason I gave up an incredible paycheck, everything I'd worked hard to build for 6 years, and a team of over 1,000 women, if you're not happy, you're not successful, period. And I had some questions that I don't know how it works. Most MLMs have a lot of similar setups, but like compensation plan wise, but I don't really know the ins and outs of Juice Plus, and I don't really know what happens if you, as like seemingly a head upline, leave. What happens to all the people in your downline who takes over? And also, isn't that like kind of really shitty? Because how people get people in to these things is by selling themselves, essentially. And a lot of the people that are pretty high up will sell themselves as like a great mentor with all the secrets to how to do this and all this stuff. I follow this girl on Instagram who's like in the top 25 It Works, and that's really what she sells. She's like, I'm your mentor, I'm here for you, I have the babes, I have all of this. Imagine. And she just over the holiday season like got like every day she was posting like 10 or 11 people who just automatically had already signed up. So she signed up at least like 300 people, it seems like, over the month of December. And it's like, she's really selling herself as like, I am your own personal mentor. And first of all, I don't know how you can mentor 300 people or 1,000 people or even like 20 people. I mean, it's just like, how can you mentor 1,000 people? And obviously it's not 1,000 people at once, but like the amount of time and effort you have to do to be an effective, actual helpful mentor, and then just to fuck off seems kind of shitty. And what happens to those people? Does the person who is immediately under her, like her first recruitment person, get all those people? So now she has like her direct downline and this direct downline. And again, she doesn't specify if like all 1,000 people were in her direct downline, but it still is like, even if only half of them were, she just abandoned a shit ton of people. And again, it's like goes to show you like, how great is that community really? How much do these people really care about you if they can just fuck off? One more thing before this very long video is over. We read a little bit about how in the thing you have to call it a social selling company. You can't say network marketing, you can't say MLM, you can't say direct sales. It is like social selling, that's what it is. I think there's two reasons for that. One, as many people in the anti-MLM community know, TikTok is really supposed to be cracking down. You're not allowed to make content for MLMs anymore, supposedly. I'm pretty sure Facebook and Instagram have similar things, but they're not particularly great about it. But I think TikTok might be a little more serious about it, just because it's such like a young person's app, and I think they're going to take it pretty seriously. And I think it's a good thing. It's definitely a win across the board. But I think that's why they're so serious about not calling it an MLM, is because they're worried about like the crackdown for everything. And that's why they want you to call it social selling, so they can kind of sneak it under the radar. And this might be a new trend. So I already found, after I recorded the video and I was on it, I found another woman who is in Thrive. Sorry, I was just looking through my screenshots. I forgot I took this off the Business Bombshells thing, and it's like, what's in it for you? Opportunity to make 30% of commission on sales you generate. Social media content beautifully curated for you. Monthly and weekly bonuses for generating sales. Built for you. Build your own version of success, whatever that looks like. Girl power vibes filled with a global community of aspiring, uplifting babes. It's not global. You can only do it in like a certain part of the country, but okay. And girl power vibes. Like, isn't that the most nothing comment you've ever heard in your life? You get to focus on keeping things fun and simple whilst we focus on the behind the scenes. Get rewarded every single month for referring babes to our ambassador program. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so glad I saw this. Oh my God. Literally, we would have signed a document. Remember, this is why I went through it line by line. Jesus fucking Christ. It said you don't get referrals just for referring people to the program. This says get rewarded every single month for referring babes to our ambassador program. It doesn't put in here a asterisk that like only if something. Fucking lying. This is on their website, their fucking official website that I looked and I screenshotted. Oh God. These people are lying to you. Combining with the very best modern e-commerce with cutting edge marketing. Okay. Aside from the egregious, like blatant, like you get rewarded every single month for referring babes to our ambassador program, which to be fair to them, I'm sure it's like it doesn't say that you will get money. You might just get rewarded like in free products, or you might get like, if you refer enough people, there might be like an insider, like kind of like bonus, like rank something. You might be just like partner plus, whatever the hell that is. But it doesn't specify that. And I do think it is really shady to use such vague language, because I would think that that would mean money. I initially thought that meant money, but again, we read that document. Thank fucking God I did that. You read the document and you see that it says you don't get commission or rewarded just for referring people to the ambassador program, which is not what it says here, which is not what is implied here, right? And then I do like that you get to focus on keeping things fun and simple whilst we focus on the behind the scenes, really, really driving home that point that you are not in charge of anything other than the content you are putting out. You get no say in the products, in the legal, in the packaging, even in the content you create. They say that we've already made a bunch of content for you. So you literally are a business owner that has like no control over anything seemingly, because it's all coming from corporate. Okay. Well, I'm glad I found that. Oh my God, I'm so glad. But this is what I wanted to show. So this is a woman in Thrive, and look at this. She's already calling herself a social seller. So now they got another new term to look at, because I do feel with me, sorry, like I said, for the aggressive, just like changing outfit and everything. I just didn't want to re-record the first half of it because I thought it was pretty good. Maybe I was wrong, but you know, I'm the boss of my channel. I'm the CEO of That Girl Connor, so I can do whatever the hell I want. Okay, bye.